Well, good morning to you and happy Tuesday. We've got a few things you need to know before you head out the door this morning. We've got foggy conditions across the Willamette Valley and the Umpqua Basin, so you may want to leave the house a few minutes earlier to get ahead of that fog. But also, definitely grab the rain jacket, the windbreaker, because we've got another round of showers in store for today. And then we're also going to see pretty breezy and gusty conditions. So speaking of rainfall, over the last 24 hours, we've had measurable rainfall across much of the area. A few spots getting up to close to an inch, but I think a lot of us did stay maybe around a quarter of an inch overall. But let's talk about the visibility concerns again. So as you get ready to start your morning commute, if you're traveling along the I-5 corridor, especially towards Corvallis, that's where we have the lowest visibility. Leave the house a few minutes earlier. Here in Eugene, we've got visibility at 3.5 miles, and then in Elkton, it's at 2.5 miles. So along the I-5 corridor, you keep the low beams on this morning because when visibility is lower, you take things slower. Now, in terms of how things are at the moment, we are nice and dry. No clouds yet, but you see those starting to push in from the west, and that's ahead of that cold front. So we're going to see, again, pretty pleasant conditions today when it comes to the rain. We should get a decent coverage. But temperatures out the door are in the low 50s, 53 here in Eugene and 51 in Corvallis, 51 in Roseburg. And we shouldn't warm up too much today, maybe a bit more than yesterday. Highs here in the Willamette Valley should be in the upper 60s. Kind of similar story for us in the Umpqua Basin as well. Now, the one thing I definitely want you to have is the windbreaker or the rain jacket, because winds are going to be whipping along the central coast. Wind gusts up to nearly 40 miles per hour along the central coast, but those will eventually move inland, and we'll see wind gusts here in the Willamette Valley and the Umpqua Basin reaching up to nearly 30 miles per hour. So that does mean that could knock down some loose tree branches, knock down garbage cans. So go ahead and secure those loose items before you head out this morning. But let's talk about the rain now, because that's the other thing you're going to have to worry about. We're going to see that frontal line start to creep in by around 10 o'clock to the central coast, and that rain will be there by lunchtime, it looks like, but we're going to get this continuing to push inland, but it looks to become a bit more scattered overall. So it's going to be kind of hit or miss showers throughout the day, but you will see some rain at any point. There could be a few embedded storms along the central coast to bring some downpours, maybe a brief rumble of thunder, but everything becomes a bit more scattered in nature, and we do look to get more isolated showers later this evening. That should be more in the terms of light sprinkles overall for us. So let's go ahead and check out that extended forecast for today. So if you're headed to the central coast, we are going to continue to see that rain today and tomorrow with temperatures in the low to mid 60s, and it is going to be breezy. And for the Umpqua Basin, today does look to be the last day of rain for you. About a 50% coverage overall with temperatures in the mid 60s, but you'll start to warm up to those upper 60s and then eventually low 70s by the weekend and staying dry there too. But for the Cascades, you got the rain in store all the way up until Thursday, but the coverage does look to be the highest today with temperatures in the low 50s, but you start to warm up to those mid 50s by the weekend. And then for us here in the Willamette Valley, we've got about a 50% coverage today and tomorrow with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, but we'll start to warm up and dry out by Thursday, and we could see those 70s returning all the way by Sunday for us with the sun coming back by Monday.